So I want to start this video off by saying, if you haven't actually seen the movie and you're kind of using this as like affirmation or like a second voice to why you should go see it, I'm gonna just tell you now, don't even bother. I'm gonna be talking about spoilers and stuff like that. So just go see the movie. I promise you, it's really, really good. It's so good that I wasn't intentionally gonna make this video, but I have been like sitting on this for like the last, what, like 2 or 3 days, and I've constantly been like thinking about the movie since I left it, which is like not that unusual for me. I think about, like, I love when I watch a good movie, it's all I think about for like the next week. I think with like it's my favorite thing ever and like stuff like that. It sounds that's the biggest compliment I can give it, basically. So yeah, I guess we're back with another movie review video, and this time it's for Deadpool and Wolverine. Kind of funny because the last video I made was for the X-Men, and they were kind of my introduction to the what do you call it, X-Men cast, because I never really cared about the X-Men before watching that show, because I just gave the show a try. I was like, oh, it's a new show, people love it, the animation looks nice, might as well watch it. And now I love the X-Men. And I was really glad that I watched that, because it kind of gave me some context for who these characters are and stuff like that. Because in the movie, it's no doubt Deadpool, Wolverine brings up the X-Men, Charles Xavier, stuff like that. And it's really, really, really good. So enough about that backstory and stuff like that. Let me talk about the movie itself. The movie is so good. I love it. I love everything about it. The music, the action, the characters, the choreographed scenes, the characters, the music. No, I'm playing. Yeah, it's really, really good. So, and I'm basically here to just talk about what I like, and I'm gonna keep talking. I'm just here to talk about what I like. When I like something, I can talk about it for hours. So here, let me just start by saying, I guess I'll start from not start from the beginning. I just want to kind of give my thoughts on it. I don't want this video to be too long. So I think I'll just say like what I really liked about it. I'll start with the first scene in the movie. The first scene in the movie, I think, does really, really good at like capturing the best parts of like the entire movie. I just mentioned I loved like the choreograph, the music and stuff like that, and the best of it is the first scene in the movie. So the scene in the movie is the whole bye 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 scene, which is why I was like, I should probably just make a video on this, because that song has been stuck in my head. The whole dance and everything has been stuck in my head. So I was like, I really just need to talk about this somewhere. So yeah, the first scene is really, really good, and I'm glad it's getting like the recognition it deserves. I haven't enjoyed a Marvel movie in so long. I know people have been like in Marvel drought and stuff like that, but this one is like, it's one for the ages, baby. And I love it how it uses characters from Loki. It uses established characters already, because I feel like with Marvel movies, what's really been lacking is that they keep introducing stuff. At least finally they're starting to use the stuff that they introduced in like a really spectacular way. Like, I'm actually glad how they used it into this movie anyway. But so yeah, the first scene is really good. Deadpool is a very, very entertaining character to watch. He's like, the jokes that he makes are so freaking funny. Like, when I go to a movie and I laugh in the movie and I get emotional and I'm like hyped over it, that's the best thing I could ask for in a movie. And these jokes, they like hit every single time. Like, at one point I wasn't like annoyed at it or like anything like that. It didn't come off as like offensive or anything. Like, Deadpool is Deadpool. Like, he'll make jokes, and those jokes, for me anyway, they landed like every single time. I really, really enjoyed that. But what's really weird is like, Deadpool is really funny and really cool and like sad in a way, but what do you call it, he's not bad. I just like Wolverine a bit more. I'm not saying I like Wolverine more as in like Wolverine or Deadpool, like not putting any diss on what's his name, Deadpool, but I really just like what they did with Wolverine a lot in this movie. Again, spoilers, he's not the actual Wolverine from like the old X-Men movies and whatnot. I'm just surprised that they kept him dead, because he is like gone. The one from the X-Men movies, the one from the Logan movies, he's just gone, which I kind of respect, but I was also like expecting them to just revive him somehow. But they just went the whole like multiverse route. Speaking of multiverse characters, like one of my favorite jokes in the movie was Captain America with the whole flame on instead of like him being Johnny Storm. I remember when he swears, when he goes like, he says something about like, oh, I need to put this son of a bitch down or whatever. She like, when he's talking about the villain of the movie, who we'll get to later. He basically swears. I remember turning to my brother and I was like, Captain America swears now. Like, that's a bit weird. And then when this is the whole joke of like the Avengers Assemble, and he goes like flame on instead, I was dying, because I was like, that just makes perfect sense. And what a way to like bring a cameo, to use an actor to do all that stuff in just such a funny and cool way, I guess. Since I brought her up, we might as well talk about the villain really quick. The villain is the only lackluster part about the movie. The idea of like Charles Xavier's sister, I don't know if that's been played with before in the comics. It probably has, but it's not one I really care for, if I'm too honest. And the plot itself was a bit mid. That's why I like the highlights where the characters themselves, the jokes and the cameos and stuff like that. But don't get me wrong, this movie is still really, really good. Me personally, my opinion might change, but I would literally go top 5 probably, if not top 3, pushing it. My top 5 is probably like Infinity War, Endgame, Black Panther, Guardians of the Galaxy 2, and then Deadpool probably. That, or I could like mix and match the last 3, but Infinity War, Endgame, unrivaled, untouched. They just did so good with those. But back to Wolverine. Sorry, I'm getting sidetracked just talk about the movie. So Wolverine, really, really cool character, and I'm really glad of how they like used him in the movie. The idea that he's not the actual Wolverine, he's one that's like failed his world. He basically has like something to prove, like a chip on his shoulder almost, and you can kind of like see it throughout the movie. Oh yeah, I really liked like his emotional beats. Like there's that scene with him and Deadpool in the car, and then he like basically describes to him like where Deadpool's like trying to like poke fun. He's like, so why'd you fail your world? Why'd you fail the world? Like whatever, right? Just trying to get a rise out of him. And when he gets that rise, and then like what's his name? Wolverine just goes on that whole rant, just hating on him and everything. He has like the perfect response, which is just, I'm gonna fight you now. Like, and I felt like that was so in character. That was like, didn't break the scene. It was like again, really, really good like a moment or a good scene that they did. And then the whole fight scene with them in the car was also really cool. I don't know why. Like again, the choreography was nice. So yeah, again, like they're sticking true to the characters. They don't like derail them in any way. They don't like worsen them any way by bringing them to the movie. And I'm really glad, it's skipping to the end of the movie, but I'm really glad that they stick together at the end of the movie. I thought for sure Logan was gonna die somehow, because I was like, Deadpool, they showed off that he talks to Thor at one point, so I was like, that's probably just like their way of foreshadowing something that happens in the new Avengers movie, just to get people excited for it. So I thought for sure Wolverine was gonna die in that movie, and then Deadpool would go and live on, or that they would split up and just meet again and have like a cool line or two inside of what do you call it? I guess it's called Avengers Doomsday now, right? Because Robert Downey Jr. is the actor for the, what do you call it, Doctor Doom. Because I saw that tweet literally while I was sitting in the theater watching the commercials and whatnot. So I thought I got spoiled on the movie, which I'm really glad it's not a spoiler for the movie. But I just kind of watched it with the thought in mind that they're going to introduce him as Doctor Doom somewhere in the movie, and then they just didn't. So I'm really glad that didn't happen. But to go back to the end of the movie, I'm really glad that they stick together, and their dynamic is really, really cool. And the idea that they're both like two immortal superheroes is also really cool. Like, I know they have the Eternals and the Marvels, but they're not the same. Like, they're more like gods more than they are like, what do you call it? What's the word? Invincible. There, thank you. Thank you, brain. That is the word I'm looking for. They're more like gods than they are like invincible, like Wolverine and Deadpool are, which also makes them really entertaining to watch because they fight a lot. That's one thing that they do. They fight a lot. And when they fight, you know there's not going to be a winner. So it's like, it's also really cool. But yeah, sorry, yeah. If you haven't seen the movie, please go see the movie. I promise it's really, really good. I didn't even touch on it. I didn't even spoil as much as I thought I was going to spoil. So I guess that's probably a good thing. So yeah, go see the movie. I promise you'll enjoy it. If you enjoy superhero movies and stuff, I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, but even if you don't, give it a shot. I'm sure you'll like it. That's gonna do it for today's video. If you guys have enjoyed, please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if you guys like this type of videos and stuff like that, because I like watching shows. I should have done one for the boys, but that time's gone now. I'm not gonna even bother with it anymore. Sorry, no more of your time. Go watch the movie. Bye.